It's not that life is super easy before 2020, but it feels like this year has been, it's just obviously worse. It's tough, and we're all like against each other now. It's like we're all hating each other for how that person thinks. It's like, if this guy right here doesn't, for how that person thinks. It's like, if this guy right here doesn't think the exact way I think, it's like I'm supposed to hate him right now. Like, everybody just hates everybody. And like, we're not all ever going to think the same. We're not all gonna have the same beliefs. We're all here on this ball, this floating orb in the middle of nowhere together. And it's like we're all hating each other, and I just don't get it. Like, we all have problems, every single one of us. So the best we can do as people is help each other. And I don't know that this video will help anybody, but I'm here and I want to just talk. All right, here we go. Welcome to today's video, guys. I guess it would be trying something totally different. I've talked to you guys a ton in the past, but I've never just left my house. I'm at a local park. I went out by myself. I'm actually, check this out. Right there, the water tower, Millersport. That's born and raised right here. I've basically come out here all by myself. It's beautiful. I just want to talk to you guys. I've always pushed positivity. I've always tried to maybe motivate you. I've definitely always tried to lift you guys up. I'm not the one that's going to save you in this world, but I do hope that today I can be somebody that brings you a few minutes of joy. I hope that it offers you a little motivation, a little strength. We're just living in a time where we need lifted. So here I am going to attempt to lift you. I want to start with a little backstory, and I used to tell a bit of this on tour, on stage, and this morning I was like, I don't know if I've ever really put that on camera, so here it is. I want to rewind, like far back. Jeez, it's been a while now. Back when I was in school, like my school days. I was that kid, and parents, don't be upset when I tell this story. It has a positive ending. I was the kid that would come to school. This is high school, all right? This is high school, 10th to 12th grade, and here I was, just like this. I did everything but what I was supposed to in school. And I know that's not a good role model, but that's who I was. That's who I was because I knew, and don't tell me how I knew this, but I knew the history of World War I and World War II and cursive writing and algebra 3.14. Everything that I was being forced to learn had nothing to do with what I wanted to do in this lifetime. Now, should I pay more attention? Yes. Did I need any of that now? I can honestly say no. But that doesn't mean that I could have been wrong. That's who I was, right? Teachers, they would look at me, they would say, what, you know, if you're not gonna pay attention, if you're not gonna stay awake, you know, what are you gonna do when you graduate? Like, you need education, you need college, you need to do this stuff. I would always say almost the same thing, and that was, I'm gonna make videos. I want to make videos. I don't know what videos, but I wanna make videos. Like, I mean, that was funny at that time. That was funny, and at the time it wasn't to me, but to them it was funny. You have to imagine how crazy that must have sounded to a teacher who's a full-grown adult, who's done their schooling, who's paid attention, and they're now in their career looking at a kid saying, I'm just gonna make videos. Now, this is why it's crazy. There was no careers making videos like there is today. I graduated in 2001 by a 0.1, all right? And I honestly believe that the school gave me a 0.1 just so that I would graduate. If it wasn't a 0.1, it was somewhere along the bottom line of graduating. YouTube didn't even come around till 2005, guys. So I was talking about somehow making a career in 2001 where YouTube didn't even exist. By the way, you couldn't make money on YouTube for years and years after YouTube was even around. I must have sounded like a complete idiot. Here I am, I'm graduated, I'm 18, and I have absolutely no career. Making videos don't make money, but I was so in love with making videos. And they were all stupid too. They were like videos that people wouldn't even watch. It was like, yeah, I like doing it, but nobody cares about any of this stuff. I started working at my mother and father's factory. That's what I did. 40 hours a week minimum, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And that's what I would do for years and years and years and years. full-time factory worker. Always blessed to have that job, but there was something in me that just, I needed more. I needed to make these videos. That's where my happiness was. So when I'm always pushing you guys in the past, I'm always pushing you guys, if you have a passion, if you have that crazy career, just know that there's always going to be doubters. There's always going to be people around you that just say that's stupid, because we as people don't always agree with each other. That's completely normal. But if it's in your heart, and it's in your soul, and it's all you can think about, it's what you eat, you sleep, you drink, then you have to chase that passion. I made money in a factory for years and years and years. I paid the bills. I could buy little things. When I found the passion for videos, which by the way, I didn't make money at forever, I wasn't working. It was so fun. It was my passion. It was like, if you're just doing what you have to do to survive, you're working. All right, it's gonna wear you out. It's gonna tear you down eventually. Even if it means you're making way less than you would over here, but you're surviving, you're gonna be happier. All right, money's not happiness. Trust me, you're gonna chase money forever if that's what you want. If all you want's money, it's endless. You'll be chasing it forever. I know loads of people that do YouTube, they do social media just for the dollar. And it just doesn't usually work. They're not happy, they're struggling, they're at the bare minimum, because it's not the passion. The passion's what fuels it. I always said this, do what you love. Money's just a byproduct of what you love. Whether it's dental work, working on cars, whether it's sports, whatever it is, you're doing it first because you love it. My first YouTube check after years and years of grinding and living on YouTube was like 50-some cents. It was like 50-some cents in 3 years. If you're doing what you love, you're not gonna expect it anyway, all right? It's just passion. I don't wanna get too stuck on that. We're in 2020. You better find something that makes you happy. That's the truth. You need happiness, all right? For me, it's this right here, talking to you guys, trying to edify, lift, motivate, inspire. That is where my heart is. My family, all right? My family is just so important to me. I love God. I'm so in love with the Lord. The Lord does more for me than I could ever explain. So moving ahead, I'm working full time. I'm married right out of high school. I have my son Noah, and this is a couple years after marriage, and you know, I'm trying to do everything right in life. You know, I graduate, I work full time, I get married, a couple years go by, I have a kid, and I'm just living my life. I'm doing what I see other people do. They work 8 to 5, they come home, they have dinner, they raise a family, and that was really good for a while. But in my head, I always had this constant thought, this constant reminder of, why aren't you doing these videos? Like you talked about making, you talked about all this. You told your teachers, you told everybody this is what you're gonna do, but you're not doing it. I kind of know how to use a camera, and I can edit, and I would just take anything I could get. Like my dad's buddy would want like a commercial made for his company. I'd be like, sure, I'll do it. And I'd shoot it, I'd edit it, it'd take me a long time, and I would do it for $500. I would make like music videos for friends for free. Like I wouldn't even charge them. I'd just do anything I could with my camera. I loved my camera. One day, this guy I knew, he calls me and he's like, hey, can you go to LA? I've got this like job for you. You can shoot all the behind the scenes to this movie, man. Like this Hollywood movie, like made it so big, and like I was like, holy cow, like is this my break? I think this is it. Like I've been working at this for years. Like maybe this is my move. Like I'm gonna hit it right now. So I got so excited, and he was like, you know, it's gonna cost you money to get out there and all this stuff. And I remember I talked to my mom and dad, and like, can I get a loan from you guys? It was several $1,000s to like get out there, and like super risky, right? Like I didn't have a few $1,000s. My mom and dad all excited. They've been watching me grind on this video stuff forever, and they have always been 1000% supportive. Like legit, never have ever said like this isn't gonna work. Got everything, I got the money. I went to LA, and when I got there, I was so excited. I'm like, this is LA, like this is where people go, right? This is where people go to make it so big. I get there, guys, and like my camera that I'm using for the behind the scenes stuff is like bigger and better than the camera they're shooting the movie with. And I'm like, this feels like a red flag to me. Like, this feels so shady. It was such a downer, man. It was so, I feel like I got like talked into this job, which, by the way, I never got paid for. I totally got like, I got gypped. I was just so bummed, man. I thought it was like my big break. You know, it's been years, I'm filming, I'm editing, I'm like, this is it. I'm going to LA, I'm going to Hollywood. This is where like part of my life changes tremendously. So not only does the movie go south and like, I'm not going anywhere with my video stuff. I don't know if I would say I was depressed, but I just felt like all this hype, all this talk, all this like want to make videos was just a failure. I felt really like a failure. I had to come back to Ohio as I felt like a failure, man. I felt so bad. I get cheated on. I feel completely broken and lost. I lose my son Noah full time. Me and his mother split. So we just take turns, 50-50, whatever. I actually just go into like this complete, like I quit filming. I get into this state of mind of just like, life stinks, man. Like, I'm just depressed. I start drinking. I hit a true rock bottom in my life. I'm partying. I'm just doing whatever I can to escape reality. Super big fail on my part, okay? Whatever happens in your life, do not use bad circumstances to fuel worse decisions. I let something bad in my life take me down a darker road. Just personal bad decisions because of something bad that happened in my life. I hit what I call true rock bottom in my life. I'm at a job which thankfully I have, but I'm so unhappy there. My film career is at a 0. My relationship is split. I'm split from my son. I'm at a rock bottom. And I don't tell you any of this for you to feel sorry for me or like, oh dude, what poor dude, like I feel bad for him. I tell you this because we all, at some point in our life, we hit what we think is the end of our worlds, man. Like we all hit, like big or small, we think that's just it. Like, this is just it. We really never know where life's gonna take us. And if that all didn't happen, what I thought was the worst thing in my world, where I thought, this is it, this is just, there's no, like, this is the end of my world. It was that bad to me. At that time, I'm trying to explain how horrible it was to me. Like, I probably sound like a baby, but at that time, it was so bad. And I never would have dreamed, one day, something that you think so terrible right now, I'm telling you, you might end up laughing at it. I know that sounds crazy. You might think of it as like, man, I'm so thankful that it happened, because that's where I'm at in my life. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful for that lowest point in my life. I'm so thankful for that, all that happened to me, because without it, I wouldn't be where I am today. If it didn't happen, I wouldn't have ever found Brittany, my beautiful wife. I would never have her. I would never have Cora and Kane. I would never have the home that I'd never have my YouTube career. Brittany and I created all that together, and I just wouldn't have. It's crazy how that lowest point brought me a new life. All this filming and dreams of just being on a film for a living would have never happened. Brittany and I built that together. So I am living, walking, talking proof that your rock bottom is not the end of your world. Without problems, without low points, sadly, we never change. We never ever change without any of that. We remain exactly the same without anything happening bad to us. So I encourage you with all my heart to use your low points, to use your struggles as a positive. I know it sounds crazy and it's very difficult to do. It's life. Like, it's life. Like, nobody's getting through it on a straight road. Like, we're going, it's tough. I always joke around with my kids. I'm like, you know, Kane's 8. I'm like, Kane, you're on level 8 in this world. And Noah's 15. I'm like, Noah, you're on level 15. I'm 37. I'm on level 37. Like, we're here to learn and grow and to become good. If you do like today's video, I do ask that you let me know. I know it's so different than normal. There's nothing exciting happening. It's just me one-on-one, using my platform to lift you up. And my heart is so there right now, and that's where my head's at. So please let me know, however you want to. There's comments, there's the thumbs up button, there's Twitter, there's many ways to communicate. I love you so much. You are a true blessing to my family and I. I hope that I can be some sort of blessing to you. And I do hope for you to grow in this life and to find that love. You are truly beautiful. You are truly one of a kind. Smile more.